There are areas that a smartphone can't compete with the image quality or create the stunning photo. It is quite obvious when you start to get into production and quality material for videos. Today we are usually buying the technology, and there are a few key built-in or external options to help make sure you end up capturing the stunning shot you had in mind. 1. Sony FDR-AX700 4K. As an industry leader in the business for decades, these guys know their niche like the back of its hand and has the perfect product for every price levels. If money is not an issue for you and you only want the best features in your gadget, then the Sony FDR-AX700 4K HDR camcorder might be what you're looking for. Of course, this similar pro-level video quality comes at a price, as the gadget currently sells near the $1,900 mark. As such, this product might not suit everyone, as this price could easily put a dent in anyone's budget. This is a true high dynamic range HDR camcorder, so it has the ability to produce studio-level quality videos with its 4K high dynamic range 2 feature. Yet, despite its professional-level video capabilities, the gadget is surprisingly compact and easy to carry around at just 2.06 pounds, and it's basically taking the whole production team with you wherever you go. Includes software for importing all your videos and images. Having SD card slots in all cameras is standard nowadays. 2. Sony FDR-AX53-B. The Sony FDR-AX53-B gives you up to 20 times optical zoom capability, meaning it focuses on a particular target by recalibrating the camera's lens, resulting to clearer zoomed shots. This feature alone puts the gadget at an advantage when compared to cameras with digital zoom-only capability. And while some professional photographers may not be so happy with the specs of this camcorder, especially if they're looking for something more high-end, this particular product still boasts great elements, such as balanced optical steady shot image stabilization with intelligent active mode, which reduces unwanted shakes to a minimum, resulting to clearer videos and photos. If you're eyeing for this camcorder, you might as well want to know that some people are bothered with its photo button position. Of course, not a really big deal because we have this thing called adjustment period and learning curve. This makes a great quality camcorder with an effective zoom feature. 3. Sony 4K FDR-AX33. The older Sony model FDR-AX33 Handycam is priced significantly lower than the newer FDR-AX53, which makes it very attractive to buyers looking for the best value for their money. Surprisingly, this cheaper price model is also packed with top-of-the-line features such as 10 times optical zoom capability, as well as image stabilization feature to ensure stable videos and photos. Some owners say that there are rare instances where colors get oversaturated in video outputs, but generally speaking, colors in both videos and photos are vivid and lifelike thanks to its high-quality sensor and Zeiss Vario Sonar lens. The lens that is included on this makes for a great cinematic feel. If you're serious in getting this gadget, you need to know that some owners complain that video quality declines in dimly lit backgrounds. However, this is just a minor inconvenience that can be solved by proper lighting. This minor lighting issue is a small price to pay for 4K quality that supports XAVC S3, AVC HD and MP4 codecs, and packed with high-end features such as optical zoom and stabilization feature. 4. Panasonic AG DVX200. The AG DVX200 is even heavier than Sony's Z150, yet it is kind of confidence-inspiring weight that speaks of quality construction. You won't want to drop it, but we're certain it would survive unscathed even if you do. To make sure that this various ports and controls are protected from impact and elements, the camera is equipped with a bright red side panel. In the same vein, you can store its flip-out LCD screen when not in use, and the EVF deactivates itself just like that of the Z150. Panasonic decided to grace the AG DVX200 with a large 4/3 MOS sensor. When combined with its lens 13 times optical zoom, you're able to seamlessly transition from a close-up that utilizes a shallow depth of field to an interview sequence where both the subject and background are in perfect focus. Although experienced videographers will want to adjust aperture sizes, shutter speed, etc. manually, there's a full auto button that takes care of these for you if you need to make a quick take with the first press and brings you back to manual mode when you press again. In Ultra HD 4K, the AG DVX200 reaches an impressive 60 frames per second. The sensor size helps when working with dim environments, and 12 dynamic range steps ensure minimal color fidelity loss. Shooting with Vlog-L preset gives you the best and most lifelike results, and if you want to tinker with color profiles to subdue or enhance your footage, it should offer the most color grading options in post. 5. Canon XC15. The XC15 differs in design from most camcorders. Its blocky shape, as well as its grip and button setup, remind one of a DSLR camera. It has a similar tiltable LCD screen to one as well, and thanks to the 1-inch CMOS sensor, the XC15 can even shoot respectable stills at 12 megapixels, allowing you to augment a video segment with photos in a pinch. The most important improvement over the previous model in the XC series is the addition of XLR support in form of an MA400 mic adapter. This lets you blend professional-grade audio with the camera's quality video output, making it an inexpensive yet effective purchase for reporters, serious vloggers, or documentary filmmakers. Full HD at 60 frames per second and 4K at 30 frames per second are stored to separate SD card slots, so they don't get mixed up. To get a better looking shot, you can use the camcorder's zoom and focus rings on the fly. And the new waveform monitor provides live information on the video signal, allowing for precise picture calibration that is in tune with television standards. 6. Panasonic HC WX F9 1K. At just under a pound, this camcorder is light yet reasonably sturdy. Controlling it is a simple affair, so even first-timers or children will pick the basics up quickly. Video manipulation in camera is one of the features you'll be using a lot. It allows you to review shot 4K footage and then zoom, pan, or stabilize it without the need of editing software or PC. The HC WX F9 1K shoots Ultra HD footage up to 30 frames per second. 1080p can handle 60 frames per second and supports a slow motion mode where a video shot at 60 frames per second is slowed down to 24. If you opt to use the second camera while filming, its output will be superimposed onto the main video. The LCD's mobility allows you to position the extra camera not just towards the shooter, but to the side and front as well, making for some interesting combinations. The camera has both optical and digital image stabilization, as well as a powerful optical 20x zoom. Since there's no loss of quality when using optical zoom, you can record faraway objects without the fear of pixelation. The built-in mic is of decent quality too, especially useful if its wind reduction feature that noticeably lessens the dreadful sound of roaring wind and helps salvage what would have been unusable footage without it. 7. Panasonic HC X1. If you're looking to do some serious videography, then you should definitely consider Panasonic's professional HC X1 camcorder. It's got a 24mm in 35mm equivalency Leica Dicamore lens on the front with up to 20x optical zoom, giving you a massive range of flexibility in your recording. On top of that, you've got manual control of the focus and aperture along with adjustable neutral density filter built in. The Panasonic HC X1 captures some impressive cinema 4K footage at 100 Mbps. You can also drop the resolution slightly to 4K Ultra HD, but increase the frame rate to 60 frames per second and the bitrate to 150 Mbps. The HC X1 can keep your video steady as well with its 5-axis stabilization. Many of the controls are built right onto the side of the camera for easy access. It also has a small display in addition to the viewfinder, so you can film however you prefer. It may be pricey, but the performance and flexibility this camera offers are top-notch. 8. Panasonic Lumix GH5 4K. When you think of a video camera, you might think of a camcorder style devices first, but digital cameras are shaking things up with capabilities that are just as powerful. The Panasonic Lumix GH5 offers such a potent blend of performance and features that it's easily one of the most compelling choices for 4K video on the market. The Lumix GH5 falls short of the Lumix GH5S in a couple of ways, but it more than makes up for it with its smaller price tag and some critical extra features like image stabilization. The GH5 is capable of recording both Cinema 4K and 4K Ultra HD resolutions, with the latter shot at up to 60 frames per second. It also has a high bitrate of 150 megabits per second. Hybrid log gamma can also let you shoot video that's ready for HDR displays, with more color and light detail than standard video. After all that, you still get to factor in multiple types of image stabilization, the flexibility of interchangeable lenses, powerful autofocus, a 20.3 megapixel sensor that's also well suited for photography, and a design that's built to resist the elements. Unless you have your heart set on a camcorder or something really small, this is the DSLR to get for great 4K video. 9. Fujifilm X-T3. It's practically a toss-up between the Fujifilm X-T3 and the Panasonic Lumix GH5, but we gave favor to the GH5 for its built-in stabilization and bigger hand grip. That said, the Fujifilm X-T3 is every bit as ready to shoot stunning 4K video as the Lumix, and it comes at an even more affordable price. The Fujifilm X-T3 features a 26.1 megapixel APS-C sensor, and you'll have your pick of Fujifilm lenses to mount in front, including some options with image stabilization. The camera is capable of processing both Cinema 4K and Ultra HD, with the latter recorded at up to 60 frames per second. It can also record at a high bitrate of 400 megabits per second, and if you're looking for serious flexibility, you can output uncompressed video via HDMI to an external recorder. Hybrid log gamma recording will also set up your HDR video. Like the Lumix, the Fujifilm X-T3 is also built with durability in mind. Its weather-resistant design provides an extra layer of protection if you're shooting in less than favorable conditions.